Just Sherman, Malibu.
So I'm feeling swang of things, okay? While you playing. So I've had this look before, but I had it was longer and my swoop was much more bulbous. But yeah. So I want y'all to see how thick and full she is though, because this is definitely 4 bundles cut very bluntly. And my hair does look like it goes like this, but that's because originally when I cut this, I had a middle part. So then once I switched it over, this side looks shorter than this side. So what I could have did was actually cut this to make, but I don't want to cut it because if I want to wear it in the middle part, I don't want to go through all that. Like truly, I don't. that's gonna be a lot. So this hair is from a company called Sugar Hair. I've never worked with Sugar Hair before. I've never heard of them, quite frankly, but obviously this is more of affordable Aliexpress hair. So this is all 4 bundles and the frontal cut at a very blunt cut. I wanted a very blunt and obvious cut just because I never do these as often as I want to. I really want one that's like right here, but you guys know how I look with my face. I start looking like He-Man. Just saying. You can need like a petite face for that. It don't really work out that grand for me, just being honest with you, okay? But anyway, so this hair is virgin hair. It says that it's unprocessed, and you can tell because no matter how much product I put in it, this is about as straight as it's gonna get. And I know you guys are like, well, your hair looks pretty straight. It does, but if you guys can tell right here, I got to be glued spray and a free spray to keep this particular part down. So this is definitely stiff. It don't really move it well. Just because the hair I wanted to lay down because it does have that nice puffiness to it. That, depending on what you do with it, it could be nice or it could be not all that great. But I can say that I do enjoy actually this look, and I do enjoy the hair itself. I just wouldn't use this hair. I would probably use this hair. What I could have done was actually just done some like beach waves on it, but I feel like it would have took away from my outfit, which I really like. Well, I got this from Fashion Nova and I got this from Forever 21. It's actually an actual hoodie. But yeah, I thought these were actually be great. I don't want to really be Janet Jackson today, so I opted not to do that. It's in a natural color, so it's in a natural 1B color. I didn't put any color on it. I didn't put no rinse on it. I didn't put anything on it. I have had this hair for almost a year, okay? So if you guys are wondering what my hair looks like after maybe 2-3 months, try almost 9 to 10 months. I've had this hair, and she has been popping, okay? Yas, sis. Yas, yas. Now, if I was doing this for like a client or for somebody else who doesn't wear their wigs like this on a regular basis, I would have definitely thinned out the bottoms with some thinning shears just so it wasn't so thick at the bottom. But I actually like it for this. We're going with very straight lines, very solid colors, and things of that nature. So this actually very much works. You could actually wand curl this hair if you wanted to. It would be perfect for that. This hair is actually really great for curling. It holds a curl because it's not super duper straight. You guys know when you curl your hair, if your hair is too like waxy and straight, it will not hold. It's gonna drop and not want to hold at all. But even if you curl this hair with a blow dry, it will hold much longer than a traditional straight hair that you would get, especially if it's that virgin hair that's like really super straight. Then that's not gonna hold very long, honey. Maybe waves, but not no like real prom curls that you want to have a big bush with. That wouldn't be your best bet, but this actually will hold a curl very well. As far as my lace goes for my frontal, it was pretty thick. I noticed a lot of reviews that I've gotten in the past couple of years, a lot of the reviewed hair is pretty thick lace, and what I mean is that there's a difference between, if you know, like regular sheet paper that you actually write on and then cardstock paper, you know, they're not really that big of a difference, but there is a difference because you can tell the rigidness in a regular piece of printer paper and cardstock paper. So I got paper for an example. This is what really thin lace would be if you wanted to blend in that whole thing. This is the type of lace that you would want. It's very pliable, it lays, it does all of this. Usually when we get frontals to review, we end up with lace like this. That is not that pliable. It flexes, but it doesn't flex like this. So you see, there's definitely a difference. So this is what you want. This is what I have. It's not terrible, but it's definitely not this. And you want, in order to get this to look really natural and lay really good with very minimal baby hair, you would definitely want this and not this. What grade of lace are they using? Because you guys know it's Swiss lace, there's regular lace, then it's that really hard cheap lace, which this is not. So usually I ask them like, how thick is your lace? Because there's a difference. That little millimeter will make the world of difference in how your hair lays, and then also prolong the life of what your wigs will look like and your frontals will be as time goes on. If you end up with a very thick lace starting off with, which this would be medium, this would be like dead in the middle, and then they have some that are way thicker than this. But if you end up with one that's like in medium where I'm at, after a while the lace, as you guys know who wear wigs on a regular, your lace will start to roll up when you try to reapply your wig after, you know, it's been washed and conditioned and that whole thing. And if you didn't pin it down when it dried, it will start to roll up on you, so it's going to be harder to lay down once you put it back on. So the thinner it is, the less likely of that happening. So just ask you I'm gonna do a whole video on frontals and closures. I'm waiting for the other closure to come from a different company so I can put them, like, lay them all out and explain what the difference is between the two, so you guys will know when you buy wigs and you buy weaves and you buy all of these different things and frontals and closures, that you know what the difference is, because there is a difference. The quality definitely changes depending on the company and depending on what you're looking for, because every closure and every frontal and every wig is not created the same. Trust and believe that. So as far as this hair goes, I would definitely give it a, I don't know where my original lengths were for this. I'm just gonna say that they were probably, I'm gonna say like 24, 22, and 20 maybe, and then a 20-inch. But I had cut this hair so long ago, y'all, I couldn't even begin to tell you what my original lengths for this was. The link for this exact hair and frontal will definitely be below if you're interested, but I couldn't tell you because I really don't remember. But out of an 8 to a 10, I definitely will go ahead and give them a nice good 8.5, just because I really wish that these companies would start to put into the minds that everybody doesn't want to go through the whole customizing phase. It would be great if we got frontals that were plucked to oblivion and we can just literally cut them and put them on, you know. And I get it, you're giving it for this price so you don't have to do this, but I would think if you're venting all of this hair into this nice lace, it would be less time for you to simply take it and then only vent so much in the front, and it would make it much easier and cost efficient if you lose less hair in the front, because you don't want it to be super thick. I didn't do too much plucking on this. This is my nice, I'm not ready to go situation. I went to the YouTube Black event recently and met some of my favorite creators. I went with Lovely T, and I wore this hair, but it was in the middle part, so my hair was really blunt at the end, that you could tell. But now because I switched my part over, then it looks like it's asymmetrical. So yeah, make sure you guys check out Sugar Hair. I definitely want to give them another chance as far as lace quality goes, because the hair is bomb. I like the hair a lot. The lace is what I wasn't the biggest fan of, just because I told you there is a big difference. So sometimes when I'm wearing certain wigs, it's easier to put them on versus others because some of them lay much easier and different. It's like when you have that pair of shoes or you have that good bag that you use on a regular basis and then it never fails you, and then you have the one that is a little bit cheaper and sometimes it gives you problems and sometimes it doesn't. It just depends. It depends on the day, it depends on what you're doing, it depends on what happened, all that good shit, you know what I'm saying? So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will catch you guys in the closet because I got some stuff to talk about.